Hello and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to another live match reaction show on the channel. Today's video, I'm going to be giving you my post-match reaction to Manchester United 2, Villarreal 0, as well as a little bit of news on Pochettino, Valverde, and what's going on. Is Carrick going to be interim for the game coming up on Saturday as well? So smash a like on the video if you have not already. Subscribe down below to the channel if you're not subscribed. Share the content and all of that. And of course, get your match thoughts in down below. People, let me know your man of the match. I think people are saying De Gea, but Sancho close second. And good win confidence is the key. Success doesn't happen overnight. Let me know your thoughts on the game down below. But I have to say, look, those coaches are bloody useless. Look, we won the game. But let's be honest. How many games did we win this season where we didn't deserve to win? Most of the games we won this season was just like this. Crap for 70 minutes. De Gea keeps us in it. Ronaldo, individual brilliance, wins us the game. Both goals were just one from a mistake and one was brilliant finish by Sancho. I mean, the Ronaldo one was a brilliant finish. How many times has this been the story of our season? Like, how many times has this been the story of our season? And it's been the story of our season a lot. And it's very, very obvious today. And what I learned from today, and I think we already kind of knew this anyway, but what I really learned from today was that it was not just Ollie with the MUFC obsession. The reason Ollie had been so unsuccessful is because he's not working with the right coaches. And today, more than anything, and I've known for a while that the coaches need to go, they need to be sacked, but today showed me the coaches need to be sacked because Donny van de Beek gets a man of the match performance in the pivot. Scott McTominay had been the worst player for a while at Manchester United, and Donny van de Beek had just dropped a man of the match performance in Scott McTominay's role. And McFred had been an issue at a while for Manchester United, and he plays Donny, but he plays Donny and he drops Bruno for Donny instead of McFred. Donny can't do what Bruno can do in the 10 role. Donny will do a job and he will keep the ball round. But, you know, when you play with McFred behind you, Donny's not going to get much of the ball. And Donny's a player that likes having lots of the ball. He can't do what Bruno does in that 10 role. And we know that. But Donny can do a much better job than Scott McTominay in that box-to-box role. But because Scott McTominay is British, because Scott McTominay is one of the favourites, because of this Scott McTominay love, he's not going to get dropped. And I just looked at that and I went, well, that's obviously not Ollie. Because they're still playing McFred and Ollie's gone. And that's because McKenna, Field and Carrick believe in the McFred way. They'll drop Bruno, they won't drop McFred. Even though Donny plays best in McTominay's position, they'll drop Bruno Fernandes before they drop McTominay. McTominay was crap tonight. Fred was all right, actually. Fred had a part in both goals, but McTominay was absolutely crap tonight. He's 25 years old. He's meant to be in his prime. He's absolutely crap. Bruno Fernandes, okay, hasn't been brilliant this season. He comes on, he gets an assist, he changed the game. How can you be dropping Bruno Fernandes before you drop Scott McTominay? I mean, I look at Michael Carrick and it was Ollie 2.0. Look, I'm first going to say, actually, I'm going to say, because I don't want to be too negative, I am so happy we got the win. And I know Carrick's not going to be here in a couple of weeks. And I did say, look, for me, I don't care how we play as long as we win. And I'll stick by that. I'm just so happy we won because we're now going into the knockouts. We don't need to worry about being bantered, being embarrassed, going back into Europa League. We're into the knockouts, which is massively important. And we will finish top of our group unless we get absolutely destroyed by our own boys. And look, I can't see that happening. But I have to say, look, I didn't care how we won as long as we won tonight. For me, that was the most important thing. Carrick at the wheel. No, I'm joking. But yeah, for me, that was the most important thing. And I'm glad we won because I know that Carrick ain't going to be here much longer. And I do got some Pochettino news for you. I do got some Valverde news for you. So do stay tuned for that. But of course, guys, smash a like on the video. As always, Lee says that Fred was awful in the first half. Fred wasn't great in the first half, but I still think Fred was better than McTominay. And Fred in the second half was involved in both goals. So I'll give Fred a little bit for that. Van de Beek was average today, but Van de Beek was average because he didn't get any of the ball. Because McTominay and Fred couldn't pass forward. The amount of times I saw them, I was like, pass that ball forward. Like, if you watch my watch along, I was raging. I was like, how can they not know how to pass the ball forward? It was absolutely infuriating watching them at times. That, if you want my honest opinion, absolutely infuriating watching them at times. And I have to say, you know, David De Gea, smash a like on the video for David De Gea, by the way, guys. I mean, if you don't smash a like on the video for David De Gea, you're absolutely crazy. But do smash a like on the video for David De Gea because he made 2 world-class saves today and 4 very, very good saves. Where the hell would we be this season without David De Gea? I say this now. Where would we be without David bloody De Gea this season? He has been absolutely phenomenal. He's been absolutely world class. I think he's the best goalie in the world right now on current form. You know, it's absolutely world class. De Gea and Ronaldo are our Champions League heroes. If we win the Champions League this season, which, you know, Saka club legend and bringing an ex-PSG manager work for Chelsea, United can do it with Poch. If we do win the Champions League this season, I'm not saying we are, De Gea and Ronaldo deserve to be like statue, because they're the only reason we've made it out the group stage. We would be on 0 points in the group if it wasn't for David De Gea, if it wasn't for Cristiano Ronaldo. I say that now. Cristiano Ronaldo is the Champions League GOAT. People anger at me saying Messi's the Champions League GOAT. You can say Messi's the GOAT, you can say Ronaldo's the GOAT, but when it's the Champions League, Cristiano Ronaldo is the Champions League GOAT. And that is 100% facts. Disagree with me all you want, but it is facts, 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 facts. And Ronaldo again, where the hell would we be in the Champions League without Mr. Ronaldo? Where would we be, guys? I have no bloody clue where we'd be without him. So smash a like for Ronaldo, subscribe down below if you're new, and let's get into a little bit of content and a little bit of match reaction. Bruno Fernandes again dropped a really, really good performance at Manchester United. And Bruno Fernandes, look, he hasn't been brilliant in the Premier League, but Bruno Fernandes has been absolutely phenomenal in the Champions League, guys. Absolutely phenomenal, Bruno has been. I mean, his statistics for the game, and he barely played. He got 87% pass accuracy. In 24 minutes, he had 2 key passes, but created 1 big chance and got 1 assist, and 4 out of 5 long balls completed. I mean, Rashford messed it up, but there was this long ball that Bruno did into Marcus Rashford. It was absolutely incredible. The long ball from Bruno to Rashford was brilliant. I mean, Bruno almost got an assist earlier on JADON Sancho, and then he did get an assist on JADON Sancho. I mean, Bruno Fernandes was absolutely incredible today. And I think Bruno's one of those players at Manchester United that I don't think Bruno gets the credit he deserves. People were saying, I'm happy they dropped Bruno. He's been crap and all of that. Bruno changes the game. You know, and as I said earlier, Scott McTominay can't be dropped, but Bruno can be dropped under these coaches, under these owners, which is an absolute disgrace. But Bruno Fernandes, as you can see, his game numbers up there, a massively, massively underrated player. 100%. Guys, smash a like on the video if Cristiano Ronaldo is your GOAT. If Cristiano Ronaldo is the UCL GOAT, smash a like on the video and get your chats in down below. Cristiano Ronaldo, more goals, more wins, and more Champions League trophies than pretty much anyone. He's the Champions League GOAT. And I think Bruno has the highest number of UCL assists. Bruno could actually break the UCL assist record. I think he only needs like 3 more as well if we go far in the Champions League. And Ronaldo owns the Champions League. Who is your man of the match? Is it Ronaldo? Is it Sancho? Is it David De Gea? Let me know your man of the match. I'm going to give my man of the match to David De Gea because he's the reason we stayed in the game. He literally kept us in the game. David De Gea is the only reason that we didn't actually get embarrassed today. David De Gea was clear of, you know, everyone. But I think Sancho could definitely be up there for man of the match. For me, David De Gea first choice, Sancho second choice, Ronaldo third choice for man of the match. But David De Gea has been absolutely fantastic this season. Absolutely fantastic. And I will have to say, there has been some news that's come out about an interim manager coming in. Will Carrick be in charge for the Chelsea game, guys? I don't know. I think that was Carrick's last game. I think we could get someone in for the Chelsea game, but I think we'll definitely have someone in for the Arsenal game. Will it be Pochettino? As we know, Pochettino is in Manchester, and I will be discussing that later in the stream. Simon Stone has come out and said that Manchester United are focusing on appointing an interim manager. Getting Mauricio Pochettino immediately may not be as straightforward as reported. Valverde has been contracted about the role temporarily. Manchester United have made contact for Valverde about the role, and he could maybe be coming in for the game if we cannot get Poch, but Poch is in Manchester. So I do say, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the latest updates as well. And yeah, lots and lots going on, and Manchester United could be getting Poch as well. And I have to say, you know, this team is not coached well, this team is not playing well, but this team has some absolutely brilliant players. And Jadon Sancho, Donny van de Beek, Bruno Fernandes, Cristiano Ronaldo, Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, Anthony Martial, Amad Diallo. You know, we have so many fantastic players in this Manchester United squad, and a good manager can take the squad levels. A good manager can take the squad levels, and that's 100% what I want to see. 100 million% want to see a good manager taking this squad to the next level. I think that's what I want to see more than anything, because this squad absolutely needs it. Jadon Sancho's best game in United shirt today. He 100% deserved the goal. What I noticed about Sancho was when he got the ball, he looked confident. And I think in Sancho's first few games, he was playing it safe at Man United. He was getting the ball and he was playing it back. And, you know, Jadon Sancho has just all of a sudden become a different player to the last few games, because even his last 3 or 4 sub appearances, I've said he's looked really, really bright. He came on for a couple of minutes versus Atalanta, looked really, really bright. I thought he looked really, really good in the second half versus Watford. I think when he came on versus Everton, he looked really, really good. I think Jadon Sancho is a player that's been getting better and better every game. And I knew with Jadon Sancho we'd need a couple of games, but he'd become good. And I think that first goal for Jadon Sancho is going to give him his confidence boost. And I think we're really going to see the best of Jadon Sancho. I think it's only up for Jadon Sancho. We're going to get an interim manager and we're going to get a coach in. He's not going to have to play this shit football for much longer. I think it's only on the up for Jadon Sancho. We know that Mauricio Pochettino is a massive Jadon Sancho fan. So if we do get Poch in, we know he's big up with Jadon Sancho. And I tell you this, Jadon Sancho's got an exciting future at Manchester United, and so does Donny van de Beek. Now, we didn't have Donny's best game, but he was playing in that role where he gets absolutely no service, and he was playing in a role that isn't his. But a new manager, Donny in the right side of the box-to-box pivot, Sancho on the right-hand wing, I think we're going to see an absolute brilliant future at Manchester United, because we've got so many talented players. And Sancho, what I liked about Sancho is he always wanted to take on a man. Ronaldo, you know, Rashford would get the ball, and he'd stop it and he'd look around and he'd play it back and he'd slow down play. Whenever Sancho got the ball, it was head up, drive forward, dribble. Sancho was not slowing the ball down. It was head up, drive forward, dribble. And Jadon Sancho was incredible today. He just took on his players. He almost got a goal. Then he did get a goal. He put a really, really good cross in as well, quite early on as well. You know, he just looked to go forward. And that's what we've been lacking. This team, you can tell that they're so badly coached, because they get the ball and, you know, it's sideways, back, sideways. Maguire, Scott, Fred, Lindelof, sideways, back. Absolutely ridiculously boring in its core. And guys, that was a ridiculously boring game. That was one of the most boring games I've ever watched. But when Jadon Sancho gets on the ball, that is that element of excitement. Jadon Sancho was so excited on the ball, the way he wants to take on his man, the way he wants to dribble at you. And for me, he was the one sort of big positive in that game. And he got his goal and a cracking finish as well. And he massively deserved that goal, because he had a really good game. And I've been feeling a bit sorry for Sancho, because his last 2 games, he'd actually been really, really good, but he hadn't got a goal or assist. And you know what it's like. Goal, assist. And he got his goal, and that's brilliant. Bruno got his assist. Ronaldo got his goal. I think Fred even got an assist. And Fred was a lot better in the second half. And what I did notice is we were absolutely atrocious. Then from a Villareal's mistake, we went 1-0 up. And then once we went 1-0 up, we took control of the game. Because once we went 1-0 up, the game played into our hand, because we literally sat there going for a draw. We sat there playing for a draw. As embarrassing it is, it's absolutely embarrassing, because Villarreal are 12th place in the Liga right now. Villarreal are 12th place in the Liga. And Manchester United were meant to be the Premier League title challenge. We're meant to be Champions League contenders. And they go to a Villarreal side that's 12th in the Liga in absolutely awful form, missing 3 of their key players of an injury. And they go and park the bus. And we actually set up to play for a draw. Fred went down injured and Matic started warming up. You know, any other one, if Fred goes down injured, it goes Donny in the pivot, Bruno on. I mean, Donny should have played in the pivot and Bruno should have started as a 10. But you know what I mean. We were at the negative approach. Again, it just shows the coaching. I think, we were saying Ollie's a negative manager. We were saying Ollie's obsessed with McFred. But I think what we learned from that game and what we learned from the coaching is Ollie was not maybe the one with the McFred obsession. I think it comes from McKenna. I think it comes much deeper. Ronaldo, 799 career goals, 1 more for the big 800 as well. And how amazing would it be if Van de Beek, Bruno and Sancho were the midfielders? Exactly. I mean, what a lovely midfield. Obviously, you need a CDM in there. And C and J Razor, come on, that must be a troll. Donny was playing out of position, and he's still better than Fred and McTominay. And I think our best centre-back partnership could be Varane and Bailly. Lindelof was so good today. Lindelof was really, really good. Lindelof looks better than Maguire at the moment, and Lindelof looked better than Maguire versus Watford. And look, Lindelof's not a bad centre-back. I just think he's just not got the body for a centre-back. Someone said this to me once, and I always agree with it. Lindelof could be the best centre-back in the world, but he's trapped in a midfielder's body. He's just not physical enough. He's just not tough enough. And I think that is the situation with Victor Lindelof, because he isn't a bad player. We all know that Victor Lindelof is a decent player, but he just gets pushed off the ball so easy. He's not a centre-back. But I did think Lindelof was really, really good today. In the first half, I think he was our best player. He does look a lot better than Maguire. I have to say, Maguire's look bloody atrocious at the moment. I mean, look, Maguire got a clean sheet, but there's something not right with Harry Maguire, and he's not going to play versus Chelsea. And I think that'll be good that he's not playing versus Chelsea, not because I don't want him to play, but it's actually just because I think he massively needs to rest. I think Harry Maguire needs a massive rest. I think he's been absolutely overplayed, and so is Luke Shaw. And I think Luke Shaw's injured because he's massively been overplayed. Again, I have to say this now. We do need to go and get Pochettino now. Pochettino's in Manchester. He's got his PSG game tomorrow. But after that PSG game tomorrow, Manchester United need to go out there and they need to get Pochettino now. No faffing around. No waiting. No, let's see if we can save some money and wait a couple of weeks. Carrick at the wheel isn't going to last long. The team sort of bounced back. The team wasn't good enough today. It was no improvement than we saw under Ollie, other than the fact that we kept a clean sheet. You know, Carrick is not different to Ollie. We're not going to bounce back, so we need to make sure that we get someone in. We 100% need to make sure that we get someone in. Rashford's starting to like his old stuff. We do. Look, I think Rashford's not fully fit, but Rashford's a good player and he'll become good. And United look good when pressing and moving the ball fast. Exactly. And I've said this 100 times before. United look good when they attack. I don't get why a team like Manchester United plays such defensive negative football. And the fact is, we did go to Villarreal looking for a draw with the 2 CDMs, with the McFred, with the part of the bus setup. And I don't understand it because the best football Man United play is when they play on the front foot, when they have a lot of the ball and when they attack. So I don't get when we go to teams like Watford, we want to play part of the bus, sit on the break football, when the best football Manchester United play is when they play attacking football, because we've got Bruno Fernandes, Donny van der Beek, Sancho, Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, Amad Diallo, Ronaldo and Cavani. I've just named so many quality attackers. Yet our owners would rather play to McFred's strengths and Lindelof and Maguire's strengths, or our manager would, than, you know, the attack strength. And I don't get why we've built a team around Maguire, McTominay and Fred and defensiveness and protecting them when we should be building a team around fast play, intelligent football. Donny and Sancho are linking up, which we've seen them do a few times, and they're very, very intelligent players that can read their minds. We should be building a team around Bruno, around Greenwood, around Ronaldo, around Rashford, around Martial, around Sancho. That's what we should be building a team around. We should be playing attacking football. We should be pressing. We should be playing on the front foot. And that's what you will get with Pochettino. And I will talk about some Pochettino news in a minute. And for me, that's why it was really, really important that we got Pochettino, because you knew that's what you got. You know, these Manchester United interims, Carrick and so, they're not too different to Ollie. They worked under Ollie. They're the ones that told Ollie what to do. And it was very obvious that the football we're playing under them was, let's park the bus and let's hope that McFred gets us in the game. It was park the bus and let's see what McFred can do football. And it wasn't brilliant today from Manchester United. It really was not brilliant today. But you've got players like Ronaldo, you've got players like Bruno, and when they're on the pitch, you can win a game. And Villarreal were really, really good. And if it wasn't for David today, I'm sure Villarreal would have won that game. They were really, really good today, but they definitely dropped off in the last 20 minutes. But what I saw with Villarreal was a team that actually outclassed us all over the pitch, was a much better side than us, was tactics and coached much better than us, but they just didn't have the quality we have. And I think that's why we ultimately won the game. You know, if it was the other way around, if they had our squad and we had their squad, we'd been absolutely getting battered. We'd been absolutely getting battered as well. And I hate to say that in such a negative way, but that is the case as well. We let smaller teams settle on the ball, and that's what they want. Yeah, exactly. You know, we are playing Villarreal. When we play a team like Villarreal, we shouldn't be playing to counter-attack. We shouldn't be sitting back and playing deep. We're playing Villarreal. It's a team that we should beat. It's a team that we should be easily and comfortable. You know, when we see Villarreal on the ball, we should just be like, okay, Villarreal on the ball, bish, bash, bosh. We're not going to let them have the ball. We're going to dominate possession. And to go in the Villarreal game with no intention of dominating possession was a little bit worrying as a Manchester United fan, because I just thought this is the same old Ollie stuff. And look, I'm fine with Carrick being manager for that one game. I'm happy Carrick got the win, but I tell you what, Carrick cannot be interim to the end of the season. And I don't think that'll be the case. I think Manchester United know that's not the case, and we are currently looking for an interim. But I did think that when I saw Michael Carrick as well. And playing fast football, United looked very good. We looked so much better when we played fast football. And we know with Man United, if they move the ball around quickly, if they move the ball around fast, we do play better. Manchester United play their best football when they move the ball quickly. Manchester United play their best football when they play on the front foot, when they attack. And we've seen that. We'd have awful second halves, go 1-0 down. And we'd have awful first halves, go 1-0 down. And then in the second half, we'd be forced to play on the front foot because we're 1-0 down. And all of a sudden, we used to call ourselves second half FC, because the difference between us in the first and the second half was absolutely astounding. And that's because, you know, in the first half, it was Ollie tactics, it was ball tactics, it was negative tactics. The second half was go out, attack and win. And I have to say, we've known over the last few years, Manchester United play their best football when they attack. When Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in as interim manager first, what did he play? He played attacking football. He got the job of playing attacking football. Then when he got the job, he went to this negative, boring stuff. And I look at that and I thought, really, Ollie? Really, Ollie? Like, you're going to go back to the negative, boring stuff? But again, that was the case with Ollie. And yeah, we just need to play attacking football. Carrick cannot look like Ollie. Carrick was very, very similar to Ollie, but we did get the win. The only difference was we didn't concede about 50 goals. And look how Fred's pressing won us both goals. Also, his link-up play was more important because he had McSauce playing as a DM. If Fred made the play the DM role, the Fred becomes useless. No, I think Fred's a better player than McTominay. I'll always say that. But Fred in the first half was pretty crap. I mean, he wasn't as bad as McTominay. He wasn't too much at fault, but he wasn't getting a grip of the game in the first half. Fred in the second half was really, really good. And I don't know what Carrick had said to him at half time, but Fred was a completely different player in the second half. I still think McTominay should not be starting over Donny van de Beek. Donny van de Beek's absolutely clear of McTominay. I will say that until McTominay starts to perform. But I did think that Fred did have a good game. Be honest, do you think Pochettino is a world-class manager? Not world-class, but I think he's a top-class manager. And I would take him at Manchester United. And Alice, we give Carrick credit for being able to make substitutions early. Ollie was too slow with brings on fresh legs. Yeah, he did make his substitutions early. I wasn't a fan of the substitutions made. I thought, Donny off, Bruno on. It should have been Donny in the pivot and McTominay off. But at the end of the day, we won the game, so I'm not going to criticise that much. As you know, Poch replacing you. Yeah, sorry, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You're Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And Poch ain't coming. We contacted Valverde. Look, I don't know what's going on, but Simon Stone, when he says a negative story, is always normally a positive thing. And I have to say, Simon Stone has said that we have contacted Valverde for a role temporarily. Simon Stone said he would only be interim manager to the end of the season until we could get Brendan Rodgers, Ten Hag or Poch. But Fabrizio Romano also said that the Manchester United board contacted Valverde today. Valverde is one of the 5 candidates on United's list in case Pochettino is allowed to leave PSG. And what Romano said about Pochettino is Romano said he's one of the names on the list in case Poch can't leave PSG. Romano has basically come out and said, we are working for Poch, we are going for Poch, but if we can't get Poch, this is what we're going to do. United are going for Poch, United are making moves on Poch. Poch is in Manchester, Poch wants to join. United will pay Poch's conversation. Something's going to happen with United and Poch this week, but if it doesn't happen, we're going to go and get a cheeky other manager an interim manager in Valverde. Now, I'm not super against Valverde. Is Valverde the best manager in the world? No. Is Valverde the perfect fit for Manchester United? 100% absolutely not. I'm not screaming at the idea of Valverde, but he did win trophies with Barcelona. And at the end of the day, if it's Valverde to the end of the season, then Pochettino, I'm not going to complain. Look, ideally, I just look at it and I go, we had 2 weeks international break to get a manager in. I think it's an absolute disgrace that we didn't get a manager in when we literally had a 2-week international break to get someone in. But that is Manchester United for you. We had 2 weeks to get someone in. We get absolutely embarrassed by Watford. They sack a manager, have 2 days to find someone. Can't get Zidane. Zidane says no. Rodgers says I'll come at the end of the season. Ten Hag says I'll come at the end of the season. We're left with Pochettino. We've got to pay the compensation, but we are in a strong position to get Mauricio Pochettino. Samuel Luckhurst, a really good journalist who works for the Manchester Evening News, says that PSG are understood to be demanding 10 million in compensation for Pochettino, who United want straight away. And United are ready to pay Pochettino's compensation. Santi from FN said that Manchester United told PSG they're willing to pay the compensation for Poch. And TalkSport say that Pochettino is going to go to Manchester United and Zinedine Zidane could be ready to take over from Pochettino. So there's a lot of links of Poch to United. And I think, if we can't get Poch because he can't leave and PSG don't let him leave, then maybe we'll have to go for someone else that we've been linked to. Maybe we'll have to go for one of the names that we've been linked to, like Valverde. But I think the situation with Pochettino is very much like I do think United will get him. I generally believe we're going to get Pochettino. I just think he wants to come to us. We know that United's got a bit of a Poch obsession. We know that the links are going on. We know there's talks between Manchester United and Poch. I generally can see us getting Pochettino in the next week or so. The thing is, I'd like Pochettino to come in before the Chelsea game, but I could not sit here and tell you if Pochettino was going to come in before the Chelsea game. But I would say Pochettino at Manchester United. Let me know down below, if you could take any manager at Manchester United right now, who would you take? And Poch might get sacked if PSG lose tomorrow. I highly doubt it. They already beat Man City the first leg and they are 11 points clear. I don't think Poch is getting sacked. But what is happening is apparently Zinedine Zidane wants the PSG job. And PSG have been in contact with Zinedine Zidane. And Zinedine Zidane is rejecting Manchester United. And maybe Zidane's going to go to PSG and Poch is going to go to Manchester United. And I think PSG will only sell Poch if they got a lineup ready. Manchester United are incompetent. Manchester United are a stupid club. We had a 2-week international break to get a lineup ready in case we sack Oli. We didn't. We're panicking now. But PSG are a well-run club. They've got brilliant owners. They're very, very efficient. PSG will be talking. If they've heard the news about Poch leaving, I guarantee you right now, PSG are in talks with Zinedine Zidane. I guarantee you right now, PSG are in talks to bring someone in because they're that kind of club. They know what they need to do. They know that they need to get someone in. But I think, with PSG, Poch won't be sacked. But I think if Zidane does want PSG, if that report is true, I don't think PSG will have an issue selling Pochettino because obviously they don't have the best situation there. Guys, please do smash a like on the video if you have not already. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do make sure you subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football. If you want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news and updates, please do make sure you are subscribed to the channel and all of that. Sergio would like Ragnick in. I would happily take Ragnick at Manchester United. And what would you do if Luis Enrique would come? I would take him exactly, but that's not going to happen. And what about Ollie's interim manager? He's out of work. He's was the best interim manager we've ever had. Honestly, they're giving the full job again. They're giving the full job again. And all of that. But yeah, smash a like on the video as well. I think we're Poch to Manchester United. Now, there's going to be a big Poch to Man United video tomorrow, but Poch has got this Manchester City PSG game. Poch is in Manchester, which, you know, I think it's good timing that Poch is in Manchester. I'd say Thursday, Friday. Because our Chelsea game isn't until the Sunday. I could see us getting this Poch move seems to be moving fast. We are in talks with Poch. PSG are in talks with Zidane. There is something going on with Poch to Manchester United. It has come from some reliable sources. And I could see something happening in this Poch deal fast. And I do say keep an eye on this Poch to Manchester United deal. Keep an eye on the Pochettino to Manchester United situation, because I do see something happening. And I think Thursday, Friday could be Poch to United. I am going to do a live stream tomorrow, because I think, you know, tomorrow, if something is going to happen on Thursday or Friday, we can kind of guess it from what news comes up. But I am going to do a really good live stream tomorrow on Brendan Rodgers, Poch, Zidane, Ten Hag, and all the latest on that. But I would say Thursday, Friday, keep an eye on Poch. You know, people saying, why would he leave PSG? He likes United. He likes England. You know, he's not always been the biggest fan of PSG. Like, he's always wanted the United job, Poch. And I think, you know, when someone first mentioned Poch to me, I thought a load of rubbish. But now that reliable journalists have confirmed that Poch does want out PSG, and that Zidane wants PSG and PSG wants Zidane, I think that's very, very much hinting at, you know, Poch could be on his way over to Manchester United, which I think we'd all like to see. Guys, can we hit 300 likes on today's live stream? We've got over 170 people watching, so if you've not hit that like button, please do go ahead and hit that like button. Let's see if we can hit 300 likes by the end of the stream. So make sure you keep smashing the like button, subscribe, and all of that. Of course, remember to share the video if you have not already as well. We're talking about the Manchester United 2-0 Villarreal game. We're talking about how Ronaldo's the GOAT. Who's your GOAT, actually, guys? Who's your GOAT, Ronaldo or Messi? Because look, if Ronaldo's your GOAT, cool. If Messi's your GOAT, cool. Everyone's allowed their own opinion. But when it comes to the Champions League, absolute facts that Ronaldo's the GOAT. I know we've got a lot of Messi lovers, but in the Champions League, Ronaldo is the GOAT. People ask me what's wrong with Zidane. Zidane does not want to come to England. That's why we're not getting Zidane. Zidane wants the PSG job. Zidane wants the France job, but Zidane doesn't speak English. Zidane's wife doesn't like England. Zidane isn't going to come to England. United are not getting Zidane. Now, we could get Zidane because originally Conte didn't want Spurs, and Conte's at Spurs. Now, we could maybe get Zidane. But what I'm saying is I just can't see Manchester United going out and getting Zinedine Zidane when he doesn't want the job, when someone like Mauricio Pochettino is desperately basically asking for the job and has made it clear publicly he wants the job. Pochettino was even asked on the reports of him to Manchester United, and rather than saying it's not true, I'm definitely staying at PSG, he just said all I can say is I'm happy at PSG. You know, every manager would say they're happy at their club and they're not looking elsewhere because that's what they've got to say. But Poch never said that there's no way he's going to Manchester United. Other managers, when they got asked about the Manchester United links, they just laughed. They went, oh, is it April Fool's Day? A lot of other managers, when they've been linked to Manchester United, have just joked about it, said, is it April Fool's Day? Pochettino didn't, and Ten Hag didn't. And we know from Fabrizio Romano, Ten Hag, Brendan Rodgers, and Pochettino are three main choice targets. And Manchester United likely contacted those three managers as well. Paul Scholes was right, by the way, guys. Paul Scholes actually came out and said that all the coaches were to blame and they should be afraid, they should be sacked instead of Ollie. And I do applaud Paul Scholes for saying that on mainstream media as well, because I think that's something that needs to be known on mainstream media, because I think that's something that's not really being addressed, at the fact that Ollie got sacked, that none of his coaches got sacked. You know, those coaches were just as bad as Ollie, if maybe not worse, because they're the ones that always tell Ollie to do. I really don't like Kieran McKenna. And unfortunately, you know, those coaches are still at Manchester United. So, yeah, big up on, you know, the reporting of that. And obviously, guys, Sancho got his first UCL goal. What I do want to talk about is we need to get Pochettino now. We've got Ralph Ragnick, we've got Brendan Rodgers, we've got lots and lots to talk about. So do smash a like and let me know your thoughts in the chat. But what I do want to talk about is the game. And what I do want to talk about from the game is we cannot play that way versus Chelsea. Villarreal were dominant for about 70 minutes of that game. Villarreal could be 4-0 up if it wasn't for David De Gea. Villarreal were 12th in the league. Villarreal are not playing particularly well, and Villarreal have got lots of key injuries to their key players. If we play like that, if we play that style of football, if we try and play like that versus Chelsea, we will get hammered, we will get embarrassed, and it will be another Carrick out kind of result. We cannot play how we did versus Villarreal against Chelsea. They're two very, very different games. We were lucky today in the sense that I think the reason we won is because Villarreal was shit. You know, they didn't have any good players, they didn't have anyone to convert. They were missing their best striker, they were missing their best goalie. Their striker didn't score their chance, the goalie fucked up the situation. I don't think Villarreal are good. I think that Villarreal were absolute shit. They were better than us today, but what I'm saying is I think Villarreal as a team is pretty shit, and I think that we should be comfortably beating Villarreal, and I think, you know, we need to get coach in as well. People were saying that Fred was decent today. Fred was definitely decent today. Had one of his best games. And Cristiano Ronaldo is the Champions League, Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, and all competitions go. Smash a like on the video if Cristiano Ronaldo is your GOAT. Yes, go smash that like button if Cristiano Ronaldo is your GOAT. And regardless of who comes, I just wanted to get rid of the coaching staff, and I kind of feel that way as well. And Andom says, I agree about Carrick and McKenna, but to be fair, they did bench Bruno and take advantage of subs today. Yeah, but Bruno was the sub that made that mass impact. And what if Carrick wants the United job? Perfect follow-up. Yes, man. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, guys. Imagine if we gave Carrick the job. Imagine if Manchester United just came out and was like, Carricky, you want the job? Oh my God! If we gave Carrick the interim manager job, I generally think I'd lose my shit. You know, we're not learned. You know, have we not learned that lesson with Ollie? You don't give a club legend a contract off a few good games. And we not learned that lesson with Ollie. Imagine Carrick wins 4 games in a row, and the Glazers like, that's your new manager, Michael Carrick. Oh my God! You might as well just say, shoot me in there, bury me, and wake me up when the Glazers are gone. You know that. You know, because you're not wasting much time. I mean, that would be an absolute disgrace. And all that. Let me know your man of the matches down below as well. I'm so happy for Sancho. If you're not happy for Sancho, you're crazy. I'm so happy for Sancho. Smash a like on the video, guys, if you're happy for Sancho as well. Daniel Fleming says that Fred was amazing today. In the second half, Fred was really, really good. First half, he was okay, but definitely a mile ahead of McTominay. And the sad truth is, Fred gets benched before McTominay, and I know Fred is the scapegoat because he's Brazilian and he's not English, but McTominay has played a lot worse than Fred lately. Fred is the best for Fred and McTominay, but it's always Fred getting benched, not McTominay. And I think there's this massive English media bias because, you know, Bruno gets dropped, Fred gets dropped occasionally, Martial gets dropped, all the players get dropped, but McTominay and Maguire, the 2 players, if they're fit, they never get dropped. McTominay and Maguire, I just think maybe it's because they're British. Maybe there is this British agenda at Manchester United. There was the report that came out that the players were frustrated with how British the training was, that it's all about this British style and that they weren't up to date. You know, I think there is a bit of a British mood at Manchester United, but like not in a good way, if you get me. If you just joined the live stream, Simon Stone has confirmed that Manchester United are in talks with Valverde, and also Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Manchester United are in talks with Valverde as well. Do I want Valverde? No. Would I take him over Ollie? Yes, I would, because Ollie's absolutely atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. So, I mean, I meant Carrick, but you know what I mean. Isn't McTominay older than Donny? Yeah, I've got a stat for you guys. McTominay will be 25 in less than 2 weeks. McTominay will be 25 in less than 2 weeks, but coaches refer to him as he's learning his trade. McTominay's is 25 in less than 2 weeks, guys. In less than 2 weeks, he's 25. 25 is your prime year. 25 to 28, I don't care. They're meant to be your 3 best years of your career, maybe even 30 if you're someone like Ronaldo. How is McTominay playing over Donny, who's a year and a half younger, when McTominay's older, crapper, worse at defending, worse at attacking? All McTominay is British. And again, that's me just going, oh, stupid British media bias. Because there is a stupid British media bias. You know, Rashford can have a stinker and they won't talk about it, but Martial has that exact same stinker. Is all over the media. And I don't think that Rashford's been much better than Martial lately, but Martial seems to get all the abuse. And, you know, Harry Maguire goes out clubbing after getting a red card and sent off in his game. And you think, you know, you look at Harry Maguire and you go, if Paul Pogba did that, there'd be absolute outrage as well. And, you know, the double standards in football at the moment is incredible, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. Donny was unlucky. Donny should have started in the pivot. Smash a like if you wanted to see Donny start in the pivot. And no English manager has ever won, yet they still want to pursue the English style football. Shaking my head. Exactly. They're just absolute idiots. And Wan-Bissaka should be dropped. He loses the ball, gets out of position, and jogs back like he's doing us a favour. I don't think Wan-Bissaka should be dropped because I don't rate the low. But I think Wan-Bissaka needs a rest and maybe a drop for 1 or 2 games. Possibly. Alice, you're so calm. Like, well, you won 2-0. I'm absolutely shattered, you know. I don't know if I'm being calm. I think it's more the fact that I'm absolutely exhausted. So I'm probably coming across quite calmer than I probably am. But look, I'm just happy we won. We're out the group. I'm not going to scream. I'm not going to laugh. I did do my watch-along highlights. Do go watch that. But yeah, Duncan Castles has just come out on his transfer podcast and said former AC Milan and Napoli manager Gennaro Gattuso is an interim for Manchester United. He would be prepared to take the job if offered it, which is another story coming out, but I don't want him. We just want to get Poch and all of that. And decent first half from Chelsea against Juventus. Anyone watching the Chelsea-Juventus game as well? I'm personally not, but I know they've had a decent first half. And what the United need definitely is a CDM. I do want to read about an article that just sort of came out recently. And it basically said Manchester United board. I feel an experienced interim manager working alongside the current coaches will bring stability to the space to have a comprehensive look at managerial situation. And I read that and go, so instead of sacking the staff, they want the staff to teach the coach. So instead of Manchester United sacking their staff, Manchester United decided we're not going to sack our staff. We're not going to give our staff the sack. We want someone to coach our staff. We want someone to coach our staff. And I'm like, that's an absolute joke. You don't need someone to coach your staff because your coaches aren't good enough. You need to get the coach in to get the coaches that he wants. And if you coach the coach what he wants, what he wants. I looked at that and I just thought, what an absolute load of rubbish. Smash a like on the video if Cristiano Ronaldo is your GOAT. Cristiano Ronaldo is my GOAT. And if he's your GOAT, smash a like on the video. And by the way, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do go ahead and subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you haven't already. We're on the road to 25,000 subscribers. The goal is to hit 25k by Christmas. So do make sure you're subscribed if you're not already subscribed as well. But yes, Cristiano's the GOAT. Jadon Sancho played well, and Poch could be coming into Manchester United very soon. McTominay is still playing over every player. The English bias is horrific. But look, talking of the game, and I think there's a lot of things to pick out from the game. But 70 minutes of crap football, 70 minutes of boring football, 70 minutes of 2 CDMs, negative football, not playing the ball forward, not moving the ball. Ronaldo had 70 minutes of nothing, and then all of a sudden you got a little bit of service. And, we only got better when 1-0 up. We only got better when we got 1-0 up because that meant that Villareal left space in behind. And we didn't have to break them down. And this team, this Manchester United team, although we've got all these good attackers, I can very much tell from looking at this Manchester United team that we're really, really struggling to break teams down. Really, really struggling to break teams down. And that's not a good situation if we can't break teams down, because, that's a key part of football. You score your goals, you're breaking teams down off set plays. And Manchester United just can't seem to break teams down. And I think that's something they need to work on. And maybe doing press and training with Carrick is something that we could easily work on. McTominay is Scottish, so it counts as British. I don't want Gattuso, but you want Gattuso. And Conte would scrap Carrick and McGinn out. Yeah, without a doubt, they're not good enough as well. And what about Darren Ferguson in the season? Would not take him, but his surname is Ferguson. So if he's related to Alex, maybe. And big rebuild at United, 5-year job. And this is the thing again. A rebuild isn't a 5-year job. A rebuild for us has been a 2-year job. 2 years ago, we had that, Mourinho scored. 2 years later, we've got a good squad now. Rebuild's 2, maybe 3 years job max. You don't need a rebuild over 5 years. And, that again is something that really, really irritates me as well. And did Carrick, the interim role is something special. Give Carrick the interim role. He is something special, says Daniel. Daniel, no. Carrick won 2-0 because of De Gea and Ronaldo, the same way Ollie won 2-0. I really hope you're being sarcastic. Do Manchester United, do not. United, do not give Carrick a permanent role. We saw how that works under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Manchester United, I'm asking you to do one thing, and that is do not give Carrick a permanent role. Please don't. I like Carrick. He's a nice guy, but oh my God, no way. You know what? I read an article on Steve Bruce to Manchester United. I'm going to tell you this now. Let me know in the chat. Steve Bruce or Michael Carrick as interim manager at the end of the season. Who are you taking, guys? Who are you taking? Big up Sancho with first Champions League goal for Manchester United. Smash a like for that if you have not already. Poch should play a 4-2-3-1, I believe. Only 114 likes needed for 300 likes, guys. If you've not smashed that like button, please do get in there and smash that like button. And Conte would scrap Carrick and McKenna. Yeah, probably. And Alice, goal celebrations tonight were at the lowest. The goal celebrations at the night were at the lowest because the football watching was so bored. I just didn't have my normal energy. I started the game with my normal energy. And then I was just like, oh, this game's so boring. Because we watched 70 minutes of crap. I tell you this now, for 70 minutes of that game, guys, I was falling asleep. The first 70 minutes of that game I thought was 3-4 hours long. I was generally falling asleep. I could not for the first 70 minutes of that game. And then the last 20 minutes, it got interesting. I said in the 70th minute, guys, I said, guys, I might not go live after the match because I said if it's 0-0, what do I talk about? It's been such a dead game. I don't know if I should talk about it after the match. And then I thought, you know what? I will go live because there's a lot of Pochettino news. There's a lot of Valverde news. I was like, I will cover that. I will go live after the match. But I was very, very close to not even going live after tonight's match because I just thought, look, there's just so much going on. There's just so much crap at the moment. But yes. My goal celebrations were maybe on the more negative side. Changing the coaches and spending the money on getting Poch is the money out of the Woody's leaving bonus. Whatever will we do to be on the cheap? Yeah, you know what? That's the sad thing as well. Woodward probably cares about his leaving bonus more than what he's going to do for United in his final months. Woodward probably thinks, you know, when he gets home, what he's going to be getting for his leaving bonus, and probably doesn't think once about Man United when he gets home as well. And yeah, that's the shame because, you know, any money, you know, we spend is not going to go on players. It's going to go on Woodward is leaving budget and all of that. And yeah, bring Nuno. Please say that is a troll. Steve Bruce, Nuno, or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? That's a question for you. Steve Bruce, Nuno, or Ole Solskjaer? Let me know down below. That is the question for you. I would probably get Steve Bruce. Maybe, because Ole's already gone. I don't want to get him back because we just know what we're going to see with Ole. Steve Bruce does have experience against Steve Bruce is an ex-legend as well. What can we say? But yeah, big up Diego saying well done to Sancho. Smash a like, guys, if you were really, really impressed with Jadon Sancho. I will do player ratings in a minute, by the way, as well. And this part of Bruce's master plan, he calculated that the United job was available and timed his dismissal. I mean, imagine though, you know, we can't get Valverde, we can't get Poch. Manchester United are happy to announce that Steve Bruce is coming in as interim manager to the end of the season. Guys, literally, if that was the situation, I would absolutely lose it. Imagine that. Imagine the scenes. United are happy to announce Steve Bruce to the end of the season. I'd be like, nah. I'd be like, surely you're taking the mick here. Surely you're taking the mick. Like, they have to be. But you just don't know with United. Yet again, you absolutely 100% do not know with this club what they're going to do, what the plan is. Man United is Banter FC. And we're Banter FC not because of our players, Banter FC because of our board. Our board, less than 2 months ago, gave Carrick, Phelan and McKenna new contracts. We all want Carrick, Phelan and McKenna to leave Manchester United. We all want Carrick, Phelan and McKenna to leave Manchester United because they're not good enough. But our board, remember this, our board gave them all new contracts. All of them new contracts. And Simon Stone has come out saying that Manchester United want an interim manager to come in and work with the coaches and improve the coaches. Man United know they've effed up giving all those coaches new contracts. And the only reason Ole's been sacked is because United don't want to admit they've made a loss, do not want to pay out those coaches new contracts, and do not want to pay money to get proper coaches in. So United want to get an interim manager in that they think can train their coaches and make their coaches better. And this is why we'll never compete with City, Chelsea and Liverpool, because they are run better. They know how a good football club works. If we don't want to sack our coaches because we don't want to spend an extra bit of dollar, we're happy to keep with these same mediocre coaches, we're never going to get to the level that we want to be. And it's an absolute disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. And it's the one thing that really upsets me about this club. You know, we're not selling the coaches. We don't have a plan. This club is a mess from top to bottom. And United want an interim to come in and work with the coaches. You know, if we get an interim manager, they want them to come and work with these current coaches. Work with them. They should all be getting the sack on top of Ole. They're absolutely rubbish. Ronaldo got man of the match, but come on, Jadon Sancho was 100% robbed the man of the match. We all know that as well. And Thiago Silva just made one of the best goal line clearances ever as well. I don't know if you saw that in the Chelsea game. Steve Bruce is a misfix. We need tactically softy like Poch. We need a manager that comes in that we know is going to play attacking football. We know is done well and we know can manage good players. And that is Pochettino. Look, Zidane would have been great. Ten Hag would have been great. Rodgers could have been great. Zidane ain't happening. I'll tell you that now. Zidane ain't happening. Ten Hag could happen at the end of the season, but not now. Rodgers could happen at the end of the season, not now. United want Poch, Rodgers or Ten Hag. United want Poch, Rodgers or Ten Hag. Now, Poch, we can probably get now. Poch will take the job. We can get him now. It just depends if PSG lets get Poch. Because if Zinedine Zidane is available and PSG know they can get Zinedine Zidane, they'll let's get Poch. But that depends on Zinedine Zidane if they can get someone in. Because we ain't going to get Poch unless PSG can get someone in. But United are willing to pay the 10 million compensation for Poch, yeah. I think what United want to do is get an interim in, wait till the end of the season, so Poch's compensation will be cheaper. And if they can't get Poch, there's Brendan Rodgers, there's Ten Hag available, and get one of those. But the problem is we're in November, and I think, you know, if you're in May, if you're in April, if you're in March, that's okay. That's okay. Go do that. But when you're only a third of the way through the season, I think you have to just think you've got to fuck it and go for a manager. And the most frustrating thing was, you know, we lost 5-0 to Liverpool. We all knew it wasn't going to get better. We all knew that it was getting worse. We all knew that Liverpool was coming, and we all knew it wasn't going to get better. We all knew it wasn't going to get better. And we thought, why don't we just get Conte, an elite world-class manager? Why don't we just get him in? And our owners didn't do that because, unfortunately, the owners at Manchester United are absolutely incompetent, and we lost out on an opportunity to get an absolute world-class coach in because the owners at Manchester United do not know what they're doing. They're not top-class owners. We could have had Conte in. And now, because we didn't get Conte, because we didn't sack Ole after the 5-0 Liverpool, and for not sacking Ole after the 5-0 Liverpool, we've just gone and lost 6 points. So we didn't sack Ole after the 5-0 Liverpool. We lost Conte. We've lost 6 points. And now we're potentially sticking with Carrick or an interim to the end of the season. We're an absolute disgrace. We can't get Poch. Remember, Poch was in Manchester for the PSG versus Manchester City game. And he could potentially stay in Manchester after that game. Do remember that, guys. Do remember Poch could stay in Manchester after that game because there is talks going on with Poch and United. And Poch is ready to leave PSG and join United. And United are ready to pay the 10 million compensation for Poch. But will PSG let it happen? Do PSG have a replacement lined up and all of that? And will United spend, will Pochettino demand that United sack the coaches? Because I tell you what, you can bring Pochettino in, but do you think Pochettino is going to want to work with McKenna, Carrick and Phelan? Absolutely not. He's going to say, what the fuck is this? He's going to say, what the hell? What the bloody hell is this? He's going to be going, did these kids, when you meet someone at school, you meet someone in life, when you meet someone in life and you just know they're dumb, they didn't get any GCSEs, they're dumb. It's like Pochettino's like going into a job and that no one in your job got GCSEs. It's like going into Mackey's and everyone at Mackey's is, well, not everyone, no disrespect to Mackey's workers, but a lot of them don't have their GCSEs and all of that. Poch comes into Manchester United, he's going to the biggest club in the world, and he looks at the coaches and goes, these are Mackey level coaches. There's McDonald's and then there's like Manchester United, and the coaches at Manchester United should be coaches for McDonald's football team. If McDonald's had a football team, Carrick, McKenna and Phelan, they could be coaches for the McDonald's football team. Cool. Not Manchester United. And unfortunately, Poch is going to come in and be like, this is what they employ? This is what they have? Because we're absolutely trash. The coaches are absolutely trash. Let's get Alice to 25,000 subscribers. Yes, please, guys. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. On the road to 25k. We are 684 subscribers away from 25k. 684 people need to subscribe to the channel to hit 25k. So if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed, please do subscribe, because tomorrow night it's going to be a really, really good live stream. There's going to be lots of updates, lots of content tomorrow night and Thursday night. So make sure you subscribe to that. Saturday night is the Manchester United versus Chelsea match preview, and Sunday is the Manchester United versus Chelsea watch along and match reaction. So subscribe for all of that content. Manchester United are likely to get an interim manager within the next week. And if you want to stay up to date on who that's going to be, is it going to be Poch? Is it going to be Valverde? Is it going to even be Steve bloody Bruce, guys, at this rate? Could it be Nuno? If you want to stay up to date with what's happening, how long Carrick's going to be there, who's coming in next, make sure you subscribe with your post notifications bell on, because as soon as stuff happens, I go live. Like, I was the first person live when we sacked Ollie, because I saw that we got sacked, Ollie. I went live, then halfway through my live, we got Romana, here we go, they've been sacked. So I'm on the news quick, so make sure you are subscribed with your bell on. And all of that. I can't wait for Man U versus Chelsea, says Daniel. I bet you something. Chelsea fans must be freaking fuming. If you're a Chelsea fan, you must be going, couldn't they give Ollie another week? This is, what? I don't fancy us. I don't fancy us. If Carrick's at the wheel, I don't fancy us, because I looked at how we played for 70 minutes versus Villareal, and I thought, fucking hell, Villareal are crap. They're 12th in the league. Chelsea are good. Chelsea will give us a kicking. But I will say there's Anthony Taylor being the referee, and we know Anthony Taylor is an absolute arsehole to Chelsea. And we've also, Ollie's not there. If you're a Chelsea fan, you must be raging. You're going, first, Ollie gets sacked just before the Chelsea game. They couldn't keep Ollie for another week. Manchester City and Liverpool got a free pass at United, and Chelsea don't. And then second of all, if you're Chelsea, you're going, Anthony Taylor, oh my God, they hate us. Because I tell you what, Chelsea fans ain't great, but if Carrick's manager coming into that game, Thomas Tuchel will sit there and do you know what Pep did? And De Bruyne came out and said this. De Bruyne says the day before a game, they train tactically for the game. They didn't do that for Man United. Thomas Tuchel will be like, on Saturday, we've got training tomorrow. If Carrick is manager for the Saturday game, Thomas Tuchel will say to Chelsea, guys, it's just training tomorrow. Just training as normal tomorrow. Do your stuff in training. Work hard. They won't even have to try. And we really do need to get someone in before that Chelsea game, because I know we're going to see Fred against Chelsea if Carrick's there. But if you get Poch and if you get an elite manager in, there could be difference, and you can get that elite manager bounce. An elite manager, someone that knows their football, isn't going to be playing Fred and Donny as a 10. They're going to be playing Donny in the midfield, Bruno as a 10, with Matic or Fred next to Donny. I tell you this now, you can clip this, come back to it, you can make me look like a mug. I can't see McTominay becoming a Manchester United regular under elite managers and elite coaches unless they turn him into something special. And the fact that he's 25, I can't see it happening. And I tell you something, Declan Rice is 22, McTominay is 25. Declan Rice is already established. levels ahead of McTominay, and a player that walks into that United side is good enough for United. McTominay is learning his trade as a CDM. He's 25. He's going into his prime. What are you talking about? I just don't. I've had enough of this McTominay love. Chelsea are 2-0. I tell you what, Juventus have been absolutely crap this season, but Chelsea are 2-0 up. I mean, look, I'm scared to play Chelsea. Look how good they were versus Leicester. This is the thing, though. This is another thing with Manchester United. Like, Chelsea was so good versus Leicester. But, but are Leicester crap? Because, Manchester United made Leicester look really good. But Leicester have been crap this season. So either Chelsea are really, really good or Leicester are really, really crap. And Man United, just like we did with every team, to be fair, I think Leicester are crap and we just made Leicester look good. Because look at Watford. Watford are crap. They're meant to be getting relegated. We've made Watford look good. Manchester United have made Watford look good. And it would not surprise me if Manchester United go out there and we make everyone look good. We made Watford look good. We make Leicester look good. Chelsea are good, but are Leicester as good as we think they are as well? But I am worried for the Chelsea game. There will be a match preview to Manchester United versus Chelsea on the Saturday, so stay tuned for that. And of course, smash a like, subscribe. It's now 3-0 Chelsea. I mean, we've got Chelsea next. Carrick, he can't be at the wheel. Carrick cannot be at the wheel for the Chelsea game. Smash a like on the video if you want Manchester United to get a new manager in before the Chelsea game. Let me know your man of the match as well, because I am going to get into player ratings in just a second. So let me know your man of the match. But I want to say one thing about Chelsea. Reece bloody James. Reece James has turned into such a baller for Chelsea. I'm going to throw that out now. I wasn't sure about Reece James. I thought he was overrated and all that. But Thomas Tuchel has turned Reece James into an absolute baller, whether it's right centre-back, whether it's right wing-back. And that's what an elite coach does. And I look at Wan-Bissaka, I go, let's see what he does under a good manager. Because the coaching at Manchester United is atrocious. Because all the players are playing worse than they should be playing. And no, none of the players are getting better. They're all regressing. And that is on the coaching for me. That's on the tactics for me. But let's see what happens if Manchester United bring in an elite coach, bring in a top-level coach. What will happen? Will Wan-Bissaka progress? I think Wan-Bissaka is a player that could become a good right back. I think there's a player in Wan-Bissaka. I think he hasn't been great, but I wouldn't drop him for Dalot. I think there's a player in Wan-Bissaka. I think there's going to be a brilliant world-class player in Mason Greenwood, but we haven't seen much of him. He started the season brilliantly and he ended last season brilliantly. We haven't seen much of him. Obviously, he's got COVID now. What are we going to see? Because Sancho's looking like he's coming in form. Well, you know what Donny van de Beek can do in the pivot. Stop playing Donny as a 10 and dropping Bruno. Play Donny in the pivot. Stop your McFred shit and play Bruno as a 10 with Donny. Poch will do that. Imagine Pochettino with Donny, Bruno, and Sancho sort of in that midfield right-hand pocket, with maybe Wan-Bissaka becoming more attacking and improving his trade, because I don't think Pochettino is going to be telling Wan-Bissaka to tuck in and all of that as well. Imagine how good Rashford could be, Martial could be. Imagine, Donny. I want a top coach. I do not want to go into the Chelsea game. Chelsea are 3-0 up. That could be United. I mean, Juventus are absolutely crap, aren't they? Juventus are crap. Ronaldo, even if it's at Juventus, wouldn't be having much more luck, to be fair. They're just as crap as us. But, at least Ronaldo's at home in Manchester. But, yeah. Guys, smash a like on the video if you have not already. We are about to get into the player ratings. So, smash a like on the video. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you're new and you want to stay up to date with all the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, content, and more, do go and make sure you smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, bish, bash, bosh, because I'm going to be live throughout the week as well, and all of that. And let me know your thoughts on the game in the chat. We are going to get into some player ratings in just a minute. I was just covering some Pochettino news. I was just covering some news as well. But look, I'm not looking forward to Chelsea. We're going to get absolutely ruined by Chelsea. And I tell you this now, we've got to get someone in. Gattuso has been linked to Manchester United. We do not want Gattuso. He flopped at his AC Milan. Do not get Gattuso, Manchester United. Do not get Gattuso. I'm going to say that now. I'm absolutely going to say that now. I don't want Gattuso. I don't want Bruce. I want Poch or I want Rangnick. If we're going to get an interim, make it Rangnick, or I want Poch. United, go spend the money. Go get Poch. I'm going to say that now. I'm just going to go through a few live chats and then we'll get into player ratings. But only 153 likes needed for 400 likes, guys. Everybody watching, if Ronaldo's your GOAT, everybody watching, if Ronaldo's your GOAT, if Ronaldo's your Champions League GOAT, smash a like on the video. Let's go for 400 likes. And SS16 says, Wan-Bissaka can't cross and don't pass at the right time, but has amazing dribbling ability. Look, I think Wan-Bissaka is a good dribbler on the ball. I think Wan-Bissaka could be a good player. And in my opinion, we need a better centre-back than Maguire. Yes, we've got Varane, we've got Bayer, we've got Lindelof. I think Maguire needs to be dropped. And sell McTominay for 50 billion, buy a couple Freddos. That's a great deal, says Jessica and Gattuso might kill some players. If we get Gattuso in, it says all we need to know about our board. If United got Gattuso in, it just tells us everything we need to know about the board at Manchester United, doesn't it? Everything we need to know about the board, because Gattuso has been crap. But, if Ragnick's available and wants the job and Gattuso's available and wants the job, we go for Gattuso. It tells us that United wanted the easier manager to work with, not the better manager, because that's how ambitious our owners are. And we already know that our owners are shit, but it absolutely tells us a lot. Right, guys, now I'm going to get into my player ratings, so let me know your ratings down below as well. Please do get involved with your player ratings. I'm going to go into my player ratings. And smash a like if your man of the match was either JADON, Sancho, Cristiano Ronaldo, or David De Gea. My man of the match, I think, is going to be David De Gea, but you could easily give it to Jadon Sancho. And I think you could give it to Ronaldo, but I think Sancho was better than Ronaldo, and I think De Gea was better than Ronaldo today. So do let me know your man of the match down below. But let's get into the player ratings, starting off with Mr. David De Gea. I'm going to give De Gea an 8 out of 10. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 because he hasn't got a clean sheet in a while. A 9 out of 10 because De Gea is the reason we won the game, and he got a clean sheet and he made 2 absolutely brilliant saves. So David De Gea, 9 out of 10 for me. Let me know what you're giving De Gea in the live chat. Wan-Bissaka, I don't think was too bad today. I'll give him a solid 6. Clean sheet, looked all right. Nothing wrong. Lindelof, again, not too bad. Clean sheet, looked all right. Give him a 6. And Maguire, again, looked pretty solid. Give him a 6. Clean sheet, did all right. Tellers, again, give him a 6. Looked solid. Clean sheet, did all right. Put a few good crosses in. Looked a little bit susceptible at the back. But I think I'll give all the defenders a solid 6 all round. Fred, I'm going to give a 7. Now, Fred in the first half was a 5. Fred in the second half was a 7. So maybe a fair score for Fred would be a 6. But we wouldn't win that game if Fred didn't do the pressing. So for me, I'm going to give Fred a 7 out of 10. McTominay for me gets a 4. Absolutely worst player on the pitch. Just doesn't look good enough for this club. Donny, if I'm being honest, I'm giving him a 6. Didn't have his best game. But why are we playing Donny in Bruno's role? No one can do Bruno's role but Bruno. It's such a specialist role, especially if you have Fred behind you who can't pass the ball to you and break the lines. Donny needs to be in the pivot. Donny, when he plays in the pivot, we're always giving him 8, 9s and 10s. Donny, when he plays as a 10, we always give him a 6. So Donny was absolutely wasted. Sancho, I'm going to give an 8. Jadon Sancho was absolutely brilliant today, especially in the second half. Was a little bit quiet in the first half because he didn't get much of the ball. But as I said earlier with Jadon Sancho, whenever he got the ball, he was looking to take someone on. He was looking to dribble. He was looking to make that pass. I thought Jadon Sancho was absolutely brilliant today, and he got the goal he deserves. 8 out of 10 for me for Jadon Sancho. I mean, look, who do you give man of the match to, Sancho or De Gea? I think you just have to give it to De Gea because he kept us in the game. But Sancho was brilliant. Martial gets a solid 6 for me. Didn't do much, but did make a few good passes and runs, but just didn't get enough of the ball. Ronaldo gets a 7. He was quite quiet, but he scored the goal. He did what Ronaldo did. And Bruno comes on and he gets a 7. He gets that assist. He does make an impact on the game. Rashford didn't do anything really for me. A 6. I mean, he was kind of involved in the build-up to that goal. Matic, you can only really give him a 6 because he came on for a minute. Juan Mata, what can you give him? He was on for 10 seconds. And Michael Carrick, guys, what are we going to give Michael Carrick out of 10? What are we going to give Michael Carrick out of 10? Because I look at the starting lineup and I go, okay, he did play Donny. He did drop some players. But like I said, he still went with McFred. He was still shit for 70 minutes, but we won the game. So if we didn't win the game, you're giving him a 3 or a 4. But because we won the game and because it is Michael Carrick, he's got no experience, I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6. It was a slow game, but he did the job. He did the job. He won the game. I think you give Carrick a 6. And you guys are giving lots of 6s and 7s in the chat for Carrick. Bruno 9, Sancho 8, says Jackie Harvey. So yeah, lots of mixed scores. And I think David De Gea is my man of the match. But yeah, let me know your man of the match. So if David De Gea was your man of the match, guys, do smash a like on the video. And any last minute questions, please do get them down below because I am going to wrap up the live stream in just a second. I am going to wrap up my match reaction in just a second. So as I said earlier, any questions, make sure to get them in below. But Cristiano Ronaldo is the Champions League GOAT. You cannot disagree with me. Cristiano Ronaldo, the Champions League GOAT. I would give Carrick a 6. First game ever, and look, he got a win. So yeah, I give Carrick a 6. It wasn't great football, it wasn't exciting football, but I think a 6 is fair. Guys, there's going to be so much going on this week at Manchester United. Lots and lots to talk about. Lots and lots of content at Manchester United. Lots and lots going on. And look, I think we could get someone in before the Chelsea game. I'm hoping Carrick isn't in charge for the Chelsea game, but no one will. But knowing the board, knowing how incompetent they are, I could see Woodward in the board going, I think Carrick got a win. Shall we keep Carrick for a bit longer? Carrick got a win. We don't have to pay any money. But look, I think there's going to be a lot to come from Man United the next week. I think let Poch play his Man City game tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. I think if we're going to get Poch, I think there could be a lot of noise Thursday, Friday. So do stay subscribed for that as well. Do smash a like on the video. Do smash a share. and all of that. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up the live stream here. I'm going to be live tomorrow night with some more transfers and updates. So please like, please subscribe, please share. Thank you everybody for watching today's live stream. De Gea is most of your guys' man of the match as well. Good live stream, guys. See you guys later.